take the people of Zimbabwe for a ride. They always think that it is them who can think, and they always think that the people of Zimbabwe cannot think. The people of Zimbabwe cannot see, especially when they are deceived. Realizing that there was serious public outcry and it was an embarrassing display to see government ministers going to the people who were crying, going to the scene where people's properties were burnt down with sofas and sitting on those sofas was the worst public embarrassment to be ever displayed. Guess what? They have decided to respond, give a response. One of the ZANU PF pages, realizing that this matter was all over the social media, has decided to give a response to this. But are we convinced with this? Stay tuned for this and more. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. Just imagine, people are in tears. Their properties have been burnt down. You come with sofas to display a glass in front of the people in tears, and you come and actually wants to sit like a slay queen and take pictures in front. I mean, in the midst of pain, you want to demonstrate class. That is what we saw from the slay queens as well as the slay kings of ZANU PF going into the scene where fire had actually ravished people's properties. And guess what is the explanation of ZANU PF? In one of their pages, they say that the sofas that we see circulating online, they were not brought by the ministers or government. In fact, they were brought by individuals, small and medium enterprises, individuals who wanted to market their sofa in a scene where fire had actually ravished the property of other small and medium enterprises. Now, to just shoot this point and expose this propaganda from ZANU PF. Now, if they are indeed having five senses, they say that small and medium enterprises personnel brought those sofas. Now we know that the very same people are the people who experienced the loss, and the ministers coming to that scene, they were coming to inspect the loss. They were coming to actually assess the damage. I mean, I would think so, but definitely they were not coming to do so from these pictures that we have seen online. I'm thinking if they were sent normal ministers, they were supposed to go there to assess damage, to actually most probably collect the information of who was affected, get the first-hand information on what exactly transpired, most probably ask the police on how far they have gone with their investigation. Also, I mean, advising them to speed up the investigation, because such an issue was supposed to actually be investigated. It is a worrying trend that in Zimbabwe we are seeing these fires targeting small and medium enterprises in Zimbabwe. A question has to be given, I mean, an answer has to be given to people as to who is behind this. Because if really indeed it is not the criminals within the government, that should be a worrying concern, which means there is a group of people who have actually hatched a plan to go after small and medium enterprises and destroying their businesses, their source of income, which helps them to sustain their families, and that may translate to national security threat. But guess what? These slay queens and slay kings, Monica Mtswangwa and your Daniel Gawe, go there in their suits to see that they are so stupid. I mean, if it was countries like United States of America, democratic countries, those ministers were not supposed to go putting on such. In fact, that crime scene was supposed to be the person who was supposed to be giving updates. It is the mayor of Harare, because he's in charge of that section. He is actually in charge of local development. I wonder why Daniel Gawe was going there. You see, we've got ministers who are useless, who doesn't even know what is their job, what is their jurisdiction. They don't understand that. That is why they will go with sofas there, obviously to be seen to be doing something, sitting on a sofa from a certain government ministry and speaking nonsense after sitting in those sofas, because what was spoken by Monica Mtswangwa is utter nonsense. You cannot, after when people have experienced such a loss, you come, you tell the people that you are disorganized. That is what she said. You are disorganized. We must be organized. So in other words, she was blaming the small and medium enterprises for the fire that occurred. She was blaming disorganization within the small and medium enterprises. You see, we've got a very, very heartless woman. She's expected to go there to console these people. You can easily tell that these ZANU PF thugs, they are not elected, they are not even electable. They are not loved by people. They do not act, they are not concerned about people, because they know they will always rig elections. They don't need people to stay in power. They are forcing themselves upon the people of Zimbabwe. That is why when they see the people of Zimbabwe, they see slaves, people who cannot think, people who can actually be easily deceived. This is what we see out of ZANU PF. So the excuse that those sofas were supplied, I think it is very, very lame. I mean, it's disrespectful to the people of Zimbabwe, their intelligence. I mean, something that I have always said about ZANU PF, you cannot, even if they were offered, okay, marketing purpose, so do you allow marketing to take place in a place where people are crying for their properties? You are busy. You want to market someone else's sofas by sitting on top of a sofa in a dirty place. What? I mean, my child would say, what the heck? Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Take note, we are also available on other digital platforms, X, which is formerly Twitter, as well as also we are available on Facebook as Hlonipani Global News. Kindly follow those pages for more exclusive